guys, welcome back to my channel. So as per the title, guys, you can see in today's video, once again, we're going to continue to talk about the Wags the Richest show that recently launched on Netflix. You guys know this woman that you're viewing here on your screen. Her name is Sharelle Rosado, and basically she was the one that was pushed to the forefront. This is precisely why I continue to come on here and talk about, I truly wish the day would come where Black woman would stop going on this show, literally just volunteering for these women, one, to pick on you, and also for the people that create this show, they always have to find someone to make the demon within the whole predicament, right? And because these women are so comfortable knowing that this producer is gonna work in conjunction with them to how the world go against you as a Black woman, this is precisely why I'm going to continue to come on here and talk about the importance as you as a Black woman to stop going on this show. So this lady that you're viewing here on your screen, her name is Tony. Basically, she's the first baby mama to the rapper Rick Ross. And for whatever reason, Sharelle, even though she claimed that they didn't really know each other prior to them filming, this woman immediately, once she met Stoney, even before she met Stoney, she started picking on her and bullying her, basically talking about how she had to keep people around her that only have a good reputation. Because just in case you guys don't necessarily know, that there was a sex tape that was leaked, because once Stoney was still in a relationship with her baby daddy Rick Ross, after that relationship came to a demise, apparently it seemed like the other self-hating Black male 50 Cent, he had some type of beef with Rick Ross, because we already know that these male, whenever they get an opportunity for them to come out here to humble, to humiliate, to embarrass a Black woman, they're gonna jump at that opportunity each and every time, right? So for whatever reason, 50 Cent thought that it was his call for him to go out here and leak this video to the internet. So instead of this woman here holding 50 Cent as the perpetrator within the whole predicament, she decided that she was going to talk so negatively about this Black woman. And this is precisely why I continue to talk about. These women continuously come out here talking about how us as Black women, especially darker complexion goddesses, these women like to come out here and say that we're jealous of them, that Black male prefer them over us. And my answer to that part is always going to be, if these male prefer y'all, please take them and run. Don't look back, because at the end of the day, this is precisely why I continue to say these women, as well as the least producing males of society, there are two pieces in a pod. Because I have been telling you guys for the longest, these male has a common enemy, and that common enemy that they have, it is you as a Black woman. Sharelle, basically, she has been going on a lot of interview where she's basically trying to do damage control. Because one thing that I do have to say, we are living in this new day and age where these women, they're not really getting away with bullying Black women like they used to. Because we know on this reality show, always, literally always, they're gonna make the Black woman be the demon within the whole predicament. But like I said, this is why it is so important for us as darker skinned Black women to come out here and talk about these predicament. Because these women, for the longest of time, literally for decades, ever since the beginning of reality show, they have been able to get away with them bullying, picking us as Black women apart. But now, like I said, each and every time these type of show launch, and unfortunately, as long as Black women continue to go on this show, I think it is imperative for us to come out here and talk about these women being the real jealous one within the whole predicament, if we really want to talk about it. Because I truly feel like the issue that this woman has with Stoney is, one, she wants to be the only boss within the whole predicament. I truly feel like she felt intimidated by Stoney, because she also felt the need for her to come out here and call Stoney old, which I think it is quite interesting. Because yes, even though she's wearing a lot of makeup in this photo that you guys are looking at, this woman, she claimed on Google that she's 37 years old, which I find very hard to believe. One thing that I do have to say, there was another black girl on the show, Sade. She's so beautiful. I love the fact that Sade really stood up to her because once again, Sade told her, you're old and you're a bully, which I 100% agree with because quite frankly, I would hate to be 37 years old and behave like this woman does. But nonetheless, guys, I think it is quite interesting that this woman literally, even without knowing Sony, she had so much negative stuff to say about her, all because of something that once again, a self-hating black male decided that he was going to involve himself in, literally something that was completely out of Sony's hand. But instead of this woman holding the perpetrator within the whole predicament accountable, naturally it is easier for her to come out here and hate and bully and try to pick apart a black woman, right? I think it is quite interesting because even though there was another preference on the show, I think her name is Katie or Kefa. Quite frankly, guys, I don't really care. But I think it is quite interesting that Sharelle was so vocal about her having to protect her reputation, and she has to be very cautious about the people that she allowed within her circle. But when this other preference came on the show, once again, Sharelle said that they didn't really know each other prior to them filming. But then when she met this other preference, and this preference came and told her that she was having her husband's 10th child, which is quite interesting because this woman has been married to this male for a long time. But the fact that she is having his 10th child, that wasn't enough for Sharelle to say, oh my God, this woman, how low self-esteem. I don't want her around me. She's in a marriage with someone who's a cheater. She didn't felt the need for her to go out here and try to demonize, try to villainize her once again, because these women, they all share the same mindset, right? Black women, I have been telling you guys for the longest, these women don't like y'all. They're not your ally. And the quicker y'all get that through your skull, I truly feel like you as a black woman, you will be able to avoid a lot of heartache. Nonetheless, like I mentioned previously, because Sharelle is constantly facing a lot of backlash, she has been coming out here doing a ton of interview trying to do damage control. But even within her going on this interview, according to her, trying to clear her name, for whatever reason, she still felt the need for her to continuously come out here and talk so negatively about Stoney because she recently went on this show where she was asked about why she was being this mean girl, why she seemed like she really despises Stoney.
Sharelle Rosado, welcome to the Funky Bunch. What's going on, lady?
Hello, my love. I'm blessed and highly favored.
You blessed and highly favored, in your ass in the hot seat this week, baby. Let me tell you something. Sharelle Rosado, girl, you might want to get on one of them deportation flights with the Latino people because you are just not who I want to be. You are just not who I want to be this week. You are not. First and foremost, let me say this. Welcome to the show. And I want to say congratulations on Wags to Riches. I mean, it really is a good show. How do you feel about the popularity and the wild success of the show thus far?
Not my mom on here watching.
Hey, Mom!
Hey, Mom. Ma, they say you ain't no black woman. No, seriously, if I could go in and I had some say-so over this, I wish they would have dived deeper into introducing us better. Mm-hmm. When we started filming this show, it was two sets of groups. One group really hung together in real life, and the other group was coming in. So that was the biggest issue, us not knowing each other.
Mm-hmm. And, I'm glad that you brought that up because I was going to ask you, one of my introductory questions was, who all knew each other for real before this started, and who was thrown in because this is work?
So rewind back, after Selling Tampa didn't get renewed, I still had a contract with Netflix, and I interviewed a few producers to pitch a show like Selling Miami because Miami is bigger. They have nice homes, mm-hmm. and I want to keep that Allure Realty going because we mm-hmm. set a tone in Tampa. Mm-hmm. So originally it was just my agents, Allure mm-hmm. agents that were affiliated in Miami. And I brought some of the Tampa girls down to get interviewed. So Kania was part of the first pilot that we filmed with Selling Miami, but it
Mhm.
never got picked up. So that's how Kania was in the picture with the producers. But before then, it was myself, Ashley, MJ. That was it.
Mhm.
Then because they didn't want a real estate show, they said, we like the WAGs idea because you have a lot of females that work with you who are affiliated with athletes or entertainers. So then they started asking those girls, hey, do you know anyone else who are affiliated with the athlete or entertainer? From those girls, and then they hired a casting crew to start casting out more people in Miami.
Mhm.
So Eliza was part of the group. Eliza referred Stony. That's
Mhm.
how Stony came a part of the
Mhm.
team. So they casted out this group, and then we had to film a pilot, and that's where all the drama and the tea started that
Mhm.
people
Mhm.
didn't get to see.
So, okay, and I'm glad that you brought that up in terms of drama and tea started that people didn't get to see, because we're gonna need an explanation, Sharelle. I have to keep it 100% honest with you.
Mhm.
As a viewer of the show, you look bad. You look mean. You look intentional. It didn't help it at the brunch where Sade is like, Sharelle is a mean girl. And it's like now all of these rumors and scatterbutt is talking, Sharelle's a mean girl. Sharelle's a mean girl. And I'm looking at the show and I'm like, I'm curious to know how Sharelle is going to be able to explain this away, because it honestly looks like you don't like that girl and for no reason. It looks like she coming in, she's trying to be down, and y'all, you being the ringleader is just being mean to this girl for no reason. What is the tea? What is the crux of the beef? What is all of this about?
So when we first did the pilot, I was like, who are these people? Um, I did my research on Stoney, and I was like, okay, where does she fit in at with it? And then it wasn't just Stoney; it was a few of the ladies. I was like, I thought we were doing like athletes. So I was like, okay, cool, we're gonna do it. But I don't want to talk about a sex tape. A lot of people were like, we don't want to talk about a sex tape. But
Mhm.
then when I went on her Instagram, I saw that, my friend Nicole Lionel, she had a clothing line. She had all her pictures on Instateep. I was
Mhm.
like, well, this is an angle I can come at. And I told Nicole, I was like, girl, your picture's been taken. So
Mhm.
when we filmed our pilot, I was like, it's not fair for a small business, someone taking someone else's pictures and stealing them. Like, she worked hard for her stuff.
Mhm.
That was the angle we were coming at. But it left right there, the pilot.
Mhm.
That was the
Mhm.
storyline
Mhm. Mhm.
where we came at. After that, I feel like Stony, I was getting calls saying that Stoney's trying to find tea on you. She's talking about you, girl. Just be careful. This girl is, she's a manipulator. She always plays victim. This is someone you don't want to be around. Yes, they brought up the sex tape, but they also brought up other things like, she was a call girl. She's in a magazine. And I heard it from other people,
Mhm.
but Tia, one of Rick Ross' other baby mamas, have said the same things.
Mhm.
So I was getting receipts and I'm like, why is she coming for me? But I
Mhm.
always kept it in my backhand. But more things started being said behind the cameras.
Mhm.
So of course it's like, you don't really fuck with me. Why are you?
Mhm.
You can come to me and ask me, anything you want to ask me. So before we ever started filming, it was like a little
Tension between you and Stony.
correct,
Mhm. And so it essentially carried its way over into the show.
correct.
And just for clarity, what people are saying, pictures, explain the pictures thing. Your friend, what's her, Lisa Tracy Nicole? Nicole who?
Uh,
Lachey?
Nicole Lenham,
She's a designer as well, or a boutique
she's
owner.
correct. Out
Okay,
of
so for clarity, guys, she's saying that Stony took pictures of her work and was passing it off as hers, and that was the original crux. of the beef.
That she really gave off this very strong energy that she really despises Tony, which I can 100% agree with, because like I have been telling you guys, at the end of the day, these women don't like you as a black woman. This is why when they're rejected from the other side of who they are, they already know that they can come into the black community, because once we already know that the least producing males of society, they're gonna pedestalize them. Mind you, this pedestalization, I don't even know if that's a word. We know that it's literally only gonna last for a certain time, because at the end of the day, these males can only be who they are, right? So sooner rather than later, we know that this proxy, this representative that these males are putting at the forefront, we know that their mask is eventually going to fall off. Then these preferences are going to start to see these males for who they truly are. Because also, even though this woman has been left once again a single baby mama by this male Ocho Cinco's that you're viewing her, prior to them deciding that they were going to go their separate ways, you guys, if y'all watch the show, you will see that they were talking about having a prenup, and she wanted to include a clause that said that for each time that this male cheated on her, which I'm pretty sure she know that was bound to happen, that he had to come up with $500K. I mean, if you're really in a relationship with a man and you basically have to beg him not to cheat, is that really something that you want to be in? But once again, the reason why these women continue to come out here and allow these males to put them through the ringer is that they have a point that they have to prove to you as a black woman. They have to prove that regardless of them continuously being cheated on, just like the other preference where she were talking about she was having her husband 10th kid, regardless of these women oftentimes being mentally, physically, financially, verbally abused, they just have to stay and thug it out, because at the end of the day, they have to prove to you as a black woman that even though these males are literally putting them through the ringers, they want you to see that they managed to either one, become a single baby mama like Sharelle in this situation, or like the other, I think her name is Kita, she decided that she was going to stay, allow this male to continuously cheat on her, but I guess she will be able to tell a black woman, at least I got the ring, which I think is truly the lowest of self-esteem that any woman can ever have. Because can you imagine, one, in this lady case, she decided that she was going to include a clause that say that if Ocho Cinco's went and cheated on her, he had to come up with $500,000. The other preference, she's the 10th mother to her husband child. Like, there's no way a woman who really truly love themselves will stick around and endure this type of mistreatment. But like I said, at the end of the day, they have a point that they have to prove to you as a black woman. But nonetheless, guys, I think it is very disgusting, because like I said, this woman, in attempt for her to come out here and try to clear up her name, wanting us to see that she's not really jealous of this black woman Sony, that she wasn't bullying her, that she didn't feel like Sony was being truthful, because once again, she has been going around talking about, one, Stoney has a bad reputation because of the tape that completely is something that was completely out of control. She had absolutely nothing to do with this. And two, I truly feel like she also felt intimidated by Stoney, because Stoney is a boss just like her. Woman felt the need for her to come out here and say that Stoney was a thief. She basically said that Stoney was stealing her friend that also has a boutique, that Stoney was stealing her photo. She also mentioned that Stoney went on and she lied about they filming at the time that Stoney, her mom had passed.
So please, Stoney, stop with the lies. You know damn well I didn't set Jules' ass up. She set her own self up by walking her ass over there to that table. So please stop. And then to lie and say you were filming during the death of your mom, Stoney, please stop. Your mom passed away after we finished filming it. I was the first one who sent you flowers and reached out. So y'all taking this narrative too far. Lying, putting lies, please stop it. Because you know the truth. I had to clear that shit up. I don't say anything. I stay away from the drama. About to do is lie. That's what we're not about to do. I'm going to be honest. The reason why I was not dealing with Stoney, it had nothing to do with it. A lot of stuff was edited. It's a TV show. The real reason when we shot a pilot, I didn't know who Stoney was. I have a friend named Nicole who owns a big clothing store out of, what's Nicole clothing store called? Yeah, Nicole Lionel. That's her brand. So Nicole hit me up and she was like, why this girl got my pictures? They both in the same industry. Why this girl got my pictures on her page? Stoney had all my friend pictures on her page, advertising it like it was her business. So I said something to Stoney. I was like, that's not right. Like, another black woman, you know, y'all in the same industry, you shouldn't be stealing other people's pictures during the pilot. Stoney took it upon herself to go around town and try to get tea on me, and it got back to me. That's the real truth of why me and Stoney started beefing.
She said that also was a lie because she said Stoney mom passed after the filming. So nonetheless, guys, I think this once again is just another case with a true preference coming out here, can't really hide who she truly is. This woman deep down, they truly despises you as a black woman. And the quicker you as a black woman realizes and get this through your skull, I feel like you as a black woman will be able to just avoid so much heartache, because for whatever reason, regardless of black woman knowing damn well that these women don't like y'all, a lot of black women like to live in the Lululand and feel like these women are their ally. Black women, these women, because they can't really go and leverage their non-black side with the other part of their community that they belong to. This is why they always come into the black community and thinking that they're better than you too, feeling that they can also bullying you, pick you apart, because they have been getting away with this very disgusting, despicable behavior for the longest of time. I feel like regardless of them coming out here and being literally on the big screen, we can see them in 4K literally bullying, being jealous, and picking apart black women. But because they have been able to get away with it for so long, they can't really accept that we're living in a new day and age. But nonetheless, guys, this is all that I have to say on this whole predicament. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this preference slash baby mama coming out here in attempt for her to do damage control. She's still coming out here and talking so negatively about this black woman, trying to get the world to go against her. Nonetheless, guys, this is all that I have to say on this whole predicament. What are your thoughts and opinion, or please get in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.
Black women, it's time to hold ourselves accountable, because we are reaping what we sowed. We have lied and gassed black men up for centuries, letting them think that they are kings with no kingdoms, letting them think that they are the emperor when they are naked. And now we are dealing with the consequences of those actions. Instead of being honest with black men and requiring them to do better for not only themselves, but the community that they helped create, we have allowed them to tear it apart and then put it back together quietly behind their backs, and then still let them get the credit for it.